meetings. This is a product of the hard work of our DACA steering committee and the DREAM team, as well as in particular student services. Much participation as well from student government and the other senates who went into action as soon as DACA was rescinded by executive order and put together a very, I think, well-considered set of protocols that are in keeping with FERPA and also in keeping with the law of the state of California. And I won't review them now, but I invite you to look at them. We have them posted widely around the campus, and I think they're a significant step in indicating to our students, not only symbolically, but in terms of protocol, the way in which we are protecting their rights. That's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Interim President of LPC.
A few brief notes of appreciation. First to Chabot for leading out in the DACA conversation. So we do appreciate that. And the protocols, I think that's something that we could also be looking at and maybe have it be a district conversation. So I'm grateful for that and their leadership in that. And just a note of appreciation also to LPC that developed the Undocu-Ally Task Force and got right to work on that, and the conversation that's developing at LPC. We have to remember, I know this is obvious, but we have to remember that of the 5 months that have passed since it first came to you, nearly 3 of that, the students and the faculty were away. So we've gotten right back to work on that, and there's a draft coming soon, and it's well written and very thoughtful. I think you'll find it parallel in many ways, and a little bit of our own flavor to it as well. So I thank you that I'm appreciative that you all are looking forward to hearing from LPC on this matter, and that you're looking forward to that. And I also want to say a note of thanks to Dr. Jackson. She's the one who really put together the meeting of the public safety and this, in particular, the fire from both campuses, because we hadn't really been talking about it as a district. And so we've just gotten that conversation started, and we're really grateful for that. So lots of little notes of gratefulness tonight. 2 brief items that you got. One is our regular little calendar of some events that are happening, but also our spring catalog is hot off the press. So that means we're already looking forward. And you might notice that it's just a little bit lighter this semester. We tried to trim out everything we could because people seem to like this catalog, and it's a fair amount of paper. So we tried to really trim it back so it's a little lighter this. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your report. All right, Chancellor.
Just 2 items. One is really for the Academic Senate presidents. I offer myself to come to your meetings or to Classified Senate, or even to the students, because I think, like I said, there's sometimes misperceptions or lack of information. And I've indicated that previously and have asked to speak with the 2 faculty presidents, and I have met with other individuals directly, so that still have an open door policy that has not changed. The other thing is I've asked both presidents at Chabot and Las Positas to look at establishing some dates. Last year in the spring, or this year, 2017, we did the Chancellor's Chats, which were open forums where people could come in and talk about anything, ask questions. We brought in, and some of you attended those sessions. We had the district vice chancellors there, our CTO, and so I think that promoted conversation and dialogue, and so I've asked them to do that again, and we'll be looking for some dates in the spring, and we'll put notices out, and we do try to do it so that it's it allows for people who have classes in the morning to come in the afternoon or during lunchtime or whatever. And I let the campuses make that determination, and then we just post it, and I just encourage people to attend. And then the last thing is information only. I received today from our state chancellor, Chancellor Oakley, sent out to the leadership regarding a memo regarding Common Assessment Initiative Reset. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not have. In summary, what he's saying is that we need to terminate the CCC Assess project, which is the testing assessment test project, and we need to refocus on the Common Assessment Initiative in a manner that will implement recent legislation and foster effective use of multiple placements in English and math. As you know, last board meeting, the researchers presented information that we are already piloting multiple measures. That was done by Rajinder Samra and Carolyn Arnold. So we are ahead of the process in that, and I just wanted to bring that as a FYI because we probably will be getting some more information from the Chancellor's office, and we'll probably get some deadlines of when CCC Assess will go away. So just an update. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any trustee wish to make a report? Trustee Hitzman? Trustee Maduli?
I do have one request of Vice Chancellor Horner. If I could have the status of the bond issuance at the next meeting. Thank you.
All right, Trustee Mitchman?
I'll just make it brief. First of all, I want to thank Chabot College for honoring me at the City of Hayward Volunteer Dinner, which I'm on that committee. Embarrassing a little bit. I really didn't have anything to do with it. I did get the honor, and I'm humbled and thankful for that recognition. I thank you, Dr. Sperling and Chabot College. Secondly, I had no idea this meeting from Chabot was voluntary to the district office. I learned about it by reading your emails. Okay. So I just want to make that very, very clear. I had no idea it was a trustee. I'd like to thank Student Body President for the letter which was supposedly sent to all of our trustees and inviting us to meet with you and talk about what's like to be a student here at Chabot. And it was delightful conversations, and I really appreciated the honor of being asked just to prove to you that dinosaurs still roam the earth. And let's see, there's a couple. One last thing. Just very appreciative of everyone who stayed here longer, all of our speakers, all of our students, speakers, just giving us your opinion, your voice, your concerns. It's heartwarming. It's good to hear. None of us here have anything but the highest respect for our students, and the reason we are here is for our students. Every one of us sitting here, we all feel that so strongly. So never lose sight and think, well, we don't care. I mean, that hurts because we care a lot. And I know working together, we'll get all of this figured out. That's all.
Mr. Reckwell?
Well, I just hope by the next board meeting, we address some of the issues that were brought up tonight. The fire program, fire science. I know there's a place over here by the building that is a Pleasanton Fire Science program. But, you know, we should address those issues. When there are burning issues like the engineering program, machine tool, all that should be addressed immediately. It shouldn't take, you know, you say you have reserves, you just do it quickly, you know. I don't know. And then when I hear that we have math and science classes, or math classes, that aren't being offered, that's really trouble. Because those are classes we need to get students into the college and get them on their way to the degree. I mean, you know, that shouldn't even be talked about. We just should do it, okay? And that's enough for me today.
Thank you. Any other comments?
Just a short comment. I did meet with the freshman student organization, and we had a very interesting conversation about the need for many more programs that we were discussing today. STEM in particular, and AUW, which is a women's organization, very interested in working with the students at Chabot and the other colleges. I think it was very well done, because these women are working for years and trying to.
I'd like to say I appreciated the comments that I heard this evening. Your passion is just, it touches me. And all of us, we do care. I'm here because I care. I'm an educator. So I care about students. I care about faculty. Thank you for your comments this evening. And we'll get through this.
So I remember my first meeting was the May meeting coming back. So the very first time I came back to our student government, and I discussed with the student senate about the sanctuary status that was going on with, or the possibility of the sanctuary status that was happening with Chabot. And I remember everyone there is so passionate about becoming a sanctuary status. And regardless if it has any legal precedent or anything like that, the point is that it makes students feel like they're welcome. And right now the California Values Act is already in place. And so it's already a law that's out there. And by signing the resolution, it kind of just, it makes a lot of the students feel that they're not being heard. And while it is a step in the right direction, it's still not enough. And it's still not what all of these people have come out here to, including myself, have come out here to show their support and what they want and what makes them feel safe and what is best for the students that we are here to serve. And I just want us to, I appreciate that we're taking the steps in the right direction, but I think we still have a very long way to go in order to make everyone happy and finish the job that we're supposed to be doing.
Well, I did print out some reports that I gave to all the board members, and I put some there for the public if anyone's interested in taking a look at that. The first page is just echoing what I already mentioned around sanctuary and the importance of, like Chris said, you know, to show that our students' voices are taken in consideration, and that this resolution went through a long process and a really in-depth process of analyzing and reaching agreements and debating. And I'm really glad to hear that Las Positas is starting to have these conversations as well. I definitely believe that, you know, the two colleges together, we are much stronger, and I want to thank our trustee from Las Positas and our student president from Las Positas and all the other staff and faculty that are supporting this resolution and that want to do the same for their colleges. So there's just a little bit of more information on my position as a trustee on our Chabot Sanctuary resolution and the report that I printed out for you guys. There is a picture I want to acknowledge. Our state student trustee, so our statewide trustee, Jessica Cisneros, she's down at DVC. She also expressed her support, and I just want to echo how amazing and blessed and honor I feel to have so much support from all sides of the board and from all sides of the state, you know, and we can see that it's not only a chabot-las positas interest, but it's an interest that is statewide and nationwide, and that's why I echo the importance on supporting certain resolutions. And then the second thing that I just wanted to mention was that we're trying to get together a statewide student trustee caucus. The student trustees, we've continued to meet and discuss what are our concerns, and main interests to start strengthening our relationships as student trustees all across the state, because I think it's extremely enriching to hear the different perspectives and initiatives from the different trustees around the state. So creating this caucus allows us to have more conversations around the different issues that affects the many different community colleges around California. So I just reported a little bit on our process of creating this caucus, and there's been a lot of work in creating this and a lot of collaborative work from different trustees around the state, and I'm just really happy about the Student Trustee Caucus, and I wanted to share that information with all of you guys. And on a last note, we are having our Raza College Day, November 4th, and everyone's invited to come by. I'm really happy that we're having this at Chabot College, again, as a resource for all of our students and a lot of families in the communities that have kids or even themselves that are interested to join. A lot of them come to this event and end up leaving knowing that Chabot College is a great option for them, and so I think that's why it's a great event for everyone to attend, great informational event. And apart from that, I just wanted to thank the board for listening to all of the students and, you know, suspending the rules and staying here almost until 11 o'clock. I know that's hard, but that's a way to allow this democratic process to be much more accessible to all of our student voices here today. So thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to conclude. Chancellor, do you raise your hand? No, okay. Okay. I watch every motion tonight because it seemed like every motion by anyone's hands, we need to make sure we are addressing it. I'd like to conclude by, yes sir, Chris? Okay.
I also wanted to add that there's over 30 different universities across the country that have declared sanctuary status, and there are multiple campuses of community colleges in California who have declared sanctuary status and are continuing to do so. So the numbers of sanctuary status universities and community colleges are continuing to grow.
Thank you for that information. You know, this is the longest we have ever held our board meeting, but it's okay. It's an opportunity for us to hear from you, an opportunity for us to both have a communication. We know this is a starting point. There will be additional comments that will be generated in the next weeks and months ahead. And make it very clear to all of you, us as well, that we care about students. I like you, Trustee Mitzman, it hurts me when I hear people accusing us not caring about students. That rub against the grain for me. So I think I speak for all the trustees. We need to listen. I think we did that tonight. We need to hear what you're saying. And we, as a group, mutually need to listen. We need to hear, make sure whatever is out there is accurate, is correct, and we act on what is correct. We don't act on rumors, we don't act on half-baked information, and we certainly don't act on fake news. So it's important for us to continue to move forward with civility. I think we did that today. It's a sensitive subject for all of us. We heard the students speak passionately, cheerfully, and we understand that, because when we hear that, it personally, I know it affects me. So thank you for the courage for all of you to come up to speak. We'll continue this discussion in the next meeting and from that point on. Thank you very much. Before one more item, I'd like to wish our trustee Dvorsky a happy birthday. I believe it's very close today, or even close, a day or two, is that correct? Thursday, all right, so we want to wish you a happy birthday. To you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Isabel, happy birthday to you. The next meeting will be on November 14th at Las Positas College. Las Positas College, because the students will be discussing this same issue at Las Positas College, and it would be appropriate for us to be there, because we certainly heard a lot of comments about us being here, not being at Chabot. So we will honor that. We will be at Las Positas College for our next board meeting. All right, it is 10:47. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Been moved, seconded. Those in favor of adjournment, please say aye. Aye. Okay, meeting is adjourned.